Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this live broadcast, Healing Your Birth Trauma. And this is for grandmothers and grandfathers. Welcome, welcome. It is for fathers and mothers. It is for sons and daughters and friends. We have all in one lifetime. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you very much for being here. We have in different lifetimes been male and female birthing or watching our partner birth, and there is so much trauma attached to birthing for one reason or another, and we're going to explore some of those this evening. So my name is Shirley Ann Joy. I am the Love Warrior Hugging the World to Healing, and my original vocation was as a midwife. Straight out of school, I went nursing, and then I became a midwife. I then stopped that when I birthed my first child, my daughter, and our time being pregnant, Gillian, my daughter, was very much wanted and planned baby. And as a midwife, of course, I was going to have everything perfect. And I went off and saw a hypnotist to make sure that occurred. And it was anything but. She was a brow presentation. It was very painful, excruciating birth. And I did end up birthing vaginally with the help of an episiotomy and forceps. However, it remained with me for many, many years, the pain, the memory of that. And I've watched something today, and I posted it on my page, that it's not just postnatal depression, which I thought it was, but actually post-traumatic stress disorder as well. And I didn't have that awareness, but it really makes sense to me after watching a video, and it is on my page. So with my second child, yes, what is it that we actually have these experiences with our first child mostly, and then we go back and do it again? So I think we have a deep inner knowing that we're not just having one child, and that we go back and have more. My mum actually had 11 children, so I was very blessed to spend time with her today. Welcome, welcome, and talk about some of her experiences as well. Birthing 11 children, my gosh, whoa. I so admire that woman for so many reasons. So fast forward, so nursing, midwife, 2 children, and then about 10 years ago, I started becoming a practitioner. I became a practitioner. I had this gift for shifting, as many of you know, limiting, self-limiting beliefs, and being able to identify energetic blocks from this lifetime and other lifetimes as well. And one of the things I remember, and this is a little graphic, but when my son's head was born, this was back 1983, and in those days we didn't know what the sex was of the child, and his head was born. I looked at my husband and I said, I'm never doing this again. And what I realized when I started getting into energetic work was that is a vow I had made, and this is why a lot of women can't fall pregnant in this lifetime, because they've often made a vow in another lifetime that they will never ever fall pregnant again. So I've got a few women pregnant, and I mean energetically clearing that limitation for them. So over the years, what I realised, I was working, I've been blessed to contribute to Katrina Zaslavsky's book, A Modern Woman's Guide to a Naturally Empowering Birth. I mentioned in Kate Tully's Birth, Peaceful Earth, Peaceful Birth, and they're both extraordinary books. And if you do know anyone who is pregnant, then I highly recommend them. But in the beginning of Kate's book, she writes a poem, and that poem says, when we have peaceful pregnancy, or we can even start before that, peaceful conception, peaceful pregnancy, peaceful birthing, and then we have peaceful babies, and then those peaceful babies are peaceful toddlers, and then they are peaceful school children, and they are peaceful teenagers, and they are peaceful adults, and then eventually they grow up and they will be peaceful leaders. And this is something that I don't think people really get, is the importance when you are pregnant of creating that peaceful environment for you and your baby. And we live in a vibrational universe. Everything is vibrational, and therefore the baby picks up on every little thing that the mother feels, and it has ears, so it feels as well. It feels, it hears, and it's very important as we are nurturing, as pregnant women are nurturing these babies, that they create this really beautiful environment as best they can in the environment that they are living and working in. So I then started working with pregnant women. I created a business called Birthing a Conscious Child, and I never got off the ground, and I kept working with pregnant women and different things came up. And what I realized was each of these things wasn't about me being in a book. It wasn't about me creating a business. It was actually about me healing my own birth trauma with my birth, me coming into the world and actually birthing my children. But I've only just got that. So last week, as many of you know, I was in Darwin. I spent time with my daughter and my son and my beautiful 20-month-old grandson. And I had so much come up there. And as I said in the call, if you get a chance to go back and watch last week's video, I did a live call. Then I realized that I still was holding on to so much anger and resentment and blaming my daughter for what had happened to me at birth, during birthing her. And when I watched this video this afternoon from BBC with mothers talking about their experiences, I realized that I felt similar feelings to that. It's like this, the mind is just playing these traumatic images over and over again. The body is reliving the pain, and it was really, really distressing. And I felt that it was postpartum depression, but obviously it was a lot more than that. And now it's time to heal this. It's time for me to really look at my healing of all of this. And in doing so, we heal each other, and we heal generational forward and backwards in time as well. So what we're doing, the work that we do tonight, and I so honor and thank you for all for being here, that even if you watch this video into the future, because I will put it up on YouTube, then you will be contributing to shifting and changing birth trauma. And we move it forward, back and backwards in time. So this will heal birth trauma for my mum, generations going back, and certainly generations going forward as well. Remember, we're all connected. We're all connected. We're all one. Your pain is my pain, and my pain is your pain. So let's do the best we can to actually shift this. One of the other things that I know is that in Western society it has so been medicalized and monetized. And I did mention this in last week's call as well. I'm affiliated with a birthing centre in Nairobi in Kenya, in the slums. And they have natural birthing. There's, you know, money's not an issue over there, as in there's no money to make it an issue. And this clinic does absolutely extraordinary, fabulous things. like 300 babies birthed in June and July. One woman went to hospital with a bleed. There was an episiotomy, some other thing, and all the women are breastfeeding, stay overnight, and they go home the next day. Now, that is truly extraordinary, truly, truly extraordinary, and that shows us what is possible. We have, as a society, been conditioned to give our power away and to go to hospital and to have all these interventions that then escalate into all sorts of problematic issues for both mothers and babies. So it is changing, and tonight we're certainly going to be working through some issues. So what I would like and invite you to do is, if there's something particular that you would like to focus on, if you have an experience either being birthed yourself, or if you have birthed children or not, it's about any of the traumas, a trauma of not having a baby, a trauma of miscarrying, the trauma of a stillbirth, the trauma of you know, because I am aware and I'm doing this work, sometimes it's not pleasant. So one of the awarenesses I have is the rape. You know, babies conceived from rape, so we need to clear the energy around that as well. And there's lots and lots of issues and things that are there, and I've got a list a mile long. So and we won't be doing them all tonight. So this is one of three, well, actually one of four. So there'll be the next tonight and 2 other nights that we'll be working on shifting this. And as I was saying, I invite you to either private message me at Shirley Ann Joy, or you can write comments under this video, and we can actually work through some of the issues that you have yourself as well. So I just want to check. I'm on the computer. I've had a few little glitches with my computer, unfortunately, today. Would you believe? I haven't been able to connect, but I have a house guest, so his computer is toggled across, so that is really good. So I will keep track of, thank you, Maud. Yes, thank you. So I can't see that comment for some reason on my computer, and if I refresh that, I'm going to lose it. But I've certainly got that on my phone. Oh, hang on. I have to shut that off. I've certainly got that on. Hang on. I can't do that. Okay. So I'm not quite sure. Oh, the sound's off, so that's all right. Sorry, I get a bit funny about technology, but anyway, I can do that now. That's fine. So thank you, thank you. All right, trauma of not being able to have your own baby, absolutely. So that's a great starting point. So let's just take a deep breath first, so we're all connected and feeling very grounded. And I'd like to invite you, if you have particular beings, angels, guides, whatever you would like, to invite them, your own guides and angels, just to be really super present with us today. And just see where we're going with all of this. So as I said, sometimes you make a vow from another lifetime not to have a baby. You've had traumatic experiences, or lots of babies. Like my mum, I'm sure she made lots of vows not to do it again, but for some reason she did it 11 times. She actually went to a fortune teller when she was 18 who told her she would have 11 children. So what comes first, the chicken or the egg? I always found that pretty incredible, that one. All right, so all the oaths, vows made never to have a baby, everything, all the lock, stops and blocks not allowing you to give birth, to fall pregnant, to have your own baby. So all the other projections from others about whether you should have a baby or not have a baby, which happens very often in our society, lots of judgments, all the judgments surrounding that, and all the, what is that? Feeling of failure, feeling less than, feeling not good enough, feeling there's something else there, feeling, I'm not worthy and deserving, and I'm getting failure as a big one, like failing, and then all the IVF that people go through that then still fail. So all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, from this lifetime, any other lifetime, space, dimension, reality, universe, past, present, future, for all eternity. We now take a deep breath, please, and deleting all the neural pathway, shifting all of that out of the cellular memory, out the soles of the feet, gifting that to Mother Earth, asking her to change, transform, transmute that. So all the other feelings of hurt and pain and resentment and loss. And every time you look at someone else with another baby, everything that brings up. So release, relinquish, give all that up and let that go now. So taking a big deep breath. Thank you for all those loves and thumbs up. Oh, so releasing, relinquishing, giving all that up, letting that go, releasing all of that. All of that. Good, good, good. All of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, and all the heartache and pain and suffering of not being able to conceive, not being able to have a baby for whatever reason. There's lots and lots of physical reasons, all the physical reasons for not being able to conceive. Let's release, relinquish, give all that up, let that go, taking a big deep breath, releasing all of that and everything that is, all of that and everything that is, all of that. Very good. All of that and everything that is, all of that and everything that is. All the struggle, pain and heartache. Now, heartache is something that has been coming up quite a bit through the week, that pain in our heart that we get when things don't work out the way that we truly envisage. And me as a midwife having hypnotherapy, I really wanted this perfect birth, and whatever that I saw that as. And I certainly didn't have that, but it was not coping after, like not coping at all, thinking that you still had to have the washing up done, the washing done, and the floors vacuumed and all of that. So it was still, life didn't back then in the 80s tell you that it was okay just to sit down and cuddle your baby and spend time with your baby. And very much back then, it was like with my first baby, it was 4-hourly feeding. So you just fed them and you put them in the bed, and you know, broke my heart. But that's what we were told. You just feed them and you put them down, and that's it. So all the heartbreak and what I know now that was going against my knowing, going against my intuition, and following, you know, what was the done thing in, you know, nursing and having a baby. And yeah, that is really huge stuff. So all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, and everything that is, and everything that is, and everything that is, just releasing all of that now for myself and everywhere else. Releasing all of that and all of that and all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is. So I was at a doTERRA oil talk, and the woman was pregnant with her fourth child, and she said she had really severe postnatal depression with her first two, and she realized that it was because she was invalidating her knowing. She was going against her intuition, that she was doing it by the book rather than just following your heart and just nursing babies 24/7. And I love that my daughter did that with my grandson, that she just, you know, had him on her all the time. It was such a joyful thing. And after Z was born, I went for a walk to the river in Darwin, and I kept hearing vicarious, vicarious, vicarious. And it was like, what vicarious, like, what does that mean? And I finally got that I was getting this message to have what I didn't have with my own daughter vicariously through her experiences with her son. And oh my gosh, that was, such a joyful moment. And it was just so extraordinary to see her be the mother that I knew inside that I would have been, could have been. So I could see me in her, and that was such an amazing, amazing gift. That. So the other thing I wanted to talk about too are the generational stories that we are holding on to. So birth stories are handed down, and I wanted to clear some energy about all the negative birth stories that often pregnant women are bombarded with as well. And I'm not saying that it's not good that pregnant women only know about the good stuff, but I think it's all about information. It's about being informed. It's about knowing the possibilities that are available and still being focused on what you truly want, because thought is creative. We know this. Yep, we know this. So let me just check my phone again. Okay, that looks good. So all the generational, everything we're holding in our DNA, I can never say that word, epigenetics. So everything that's been passed down from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, as far as birth stories go, birthing scenarios go, birthing history. And all the traumas attached to that, the mothers and fathers. So I think the fathers are left out very much so of the equation, the traumatic, sitting and watching your partner, your wife, someone that you love and care dearly about, going through such trauma. It traumatizes them. And I know when 5 days after Gillian had Z, her dad came over because he lives in Darwin, and Jill didn't want anyone there other than me for a few days. And John said to her, how'd you go, honey? And she said, I had a really rough time, Dad. And he looked me straight in the eye and said, I remember someone having a rough time 35 years ago. So I just then knew that trauma of that time is still sitting with him. So let's just clear all this for all the trauma, all the post-traumatic stress disorder that men have created, has become issues for them. From watching someone they love go through such a traumatic experience. Let's release them and release ourselves. So everywhere we've been men in past lives watching someone we love die. Okay, here we go, die in childbirth. So there you go. So everywhere we've watched babies die, everywhere we've watched our partners die during childbirth. So let's release, relinquish, give all that up, let that go, taking a big deep breath, deleting all the neural pathway shifting, all of that out of the cellular memory, releasing all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is. Oh, a lot more on that. So another deep breath. Thank you. Ouch. Releasing all of that and everything that is, and all of that and all of that and all of that. Wow. So let's look at so abortion, miscarry, death in utero, stillborn, SIDS. Okay, there we are. Oh, Okay, so releasing all of that, big deep breaths, thank you, deleting all the neural pathways, shifting all of that. Have a cellular memory everywhere where the mother's died and left the father with the newborn baby. So all of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is. Oh, I'm getting a headache. All of that and everything that is, and all of that and everything that is. All of that and all of that and all of that. Releasing all of that and all of that and all of that and everything that is, deleting the neural pathways, shifting all of that out the cellular memory, out the soles of the feet, releasing all of that and all of that and all of that and everything that is, everything that is and everything that is, releasing all of that and all of that and all of that and everything that is and everything that is and all of that and all of that, all of that and all of that and all of that and all of the atrocities of birth. Um, oh, all the atrocities perpetrated on pregnant women and newborn babies. I'm thinking in particular, I'm seeing during World War II, I know there were lots of not nice things done, so releasing all of that, everything that is in the concentration camps, so releasing all of that and all of that and all of that. Oh gosh. And all of that and everything that is 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 and all of that. Oh, feel how heavy that is, releasing all of that and all of that. All of that and everything that is and all of that and everything that is and all of that and everything that is. Everyone take a deep breath for me. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, my head. All of that and everything that is and all of that and everything that is. So what is my head aching for? Wow, what am I not getting about this? Releasing all of that, whatever that is, shock trauma system. So releasing all the shock trauma systems out of the body, out of the cellular memory, releasing all of that and everything that is, all the vibrational wavelength systems, releasing all of that, all of that, all of that and everything that is and everything that is. Okay. Okay, so that's shifted. So releasing all of that and everything that is and all of that and everything that is and all of that and all of that and everything that is and everything that is and all of that and all of that and all of that. Okay, so this is interesting. So everywhere that mothers have been kept alive on life support, that for whatever reason, so that the baby could grow and be delivered healthily. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, all the trauma associated with that. Releasing all of that and everything that is and all of that and everything that is. Hadn't thought of that one. Releasing all of that. All of that and everything that is. Okay. Right. Has anyone got anything else they want to look at? Hi, thanks Sue for being here. I've just refreshed. Lisa, Julie Ann, forgiveness. The world needs this one. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. Cuddles, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Beautiful. Yeah, let's forgive ourselves. Let's go there and let's just yeah. Let's just say a round of Ho'oponopono to ourselves, our bodies. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. For everything our body wasn't able to be for us. So everywhere where we've blamed our bodies for not being able to conceive, blamed our bodies for not birthing the way we want, blaming our body for not being exactly as we would like it to be. So I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Just allow the vibration of that to be in your body. Nice, nice. All right. So I think what we'll do now is actually expand out and go hugging the world to healing. And while we're out there, we'll actually say the peace mantra, but I actually reconfigured it for pregnancy and birth. And it goes, let there be peace. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing on the planet. And let it start with me. Because what that means is peaceful pregnancy and birthing starts with us, as we are now willing to let go of our trauma. So as we release our trauma, then that's releasing it forward and back in time. So we're actually allowing it to start with us, allowing peaceful birth, peaceful earth to start flowing, to have more of this. I so get that we will see peace on earth. Like, there's so many people on the planet working towards that, on the planet and off the planet. So it's going to happen. So if any of you haven't done this before, it's actually a guided meditation where I take you out. We expand out off the surface of the planet, and then we'll actually say the peace mantra and just really allow all that beautiful energy just to vibrate back to planet Earth. And you can move energy around however you see it, like ribbons of light or love hearts or whatever you want to see it. It's really a beautiful thing to do. So yeah, so just get comfy in your chair and just breathing from your perineum to your crown. So take your breath from your perineum up to your crown and relaxing on the out breath, taking the breath all the way back to the perineum, and then breathing in once again and relaxing even more, even more, even more as you take the breath back to your perineum and bring it up once again to your crown. And release, relinquishing, giving everything up, letting that go. And then bringing that breath up into your heart space. Okay, beautiful. And now if you want to put your hands out and join hands with everyone else in the circle, energetically, everyone on the call who are here, physical, non-physical. And we're just going to expand out. And as I said, I'll guide you through it. So expanding out, and it's just like you're in the center of a balloon and you just allow it to go up like that. So here we are, we're going. So expanding out as big as the room you're in, and expanding out as big as the house. And we go pretty quickly. As big as the suburb, as big as your city, as big as your state, and expanding out in all directions as big as your country, and now expanding out as big as the planet, and now 120,000 feet off the face of the earth. And that's where we're going, 120,000. Wow. And so now if you turn your palms facing the earth, I haven't been just 120,000 feet off the face of the planet. Usually we go ages out. And now just bringing pure divine love in through your crown and out your heart as we chant the mantra, let there be peace with pregnancy and birth. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birth on the planet Earth. And let it start with me. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my heart. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my soul. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my mind. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in every cell of my body. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing on earth, and let it start with me. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my mind. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my heart. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my soul. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in every cell of my body. Let there be peace. Oh, can you feel it? Wow. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing on earth. And let it start with me. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my mind. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my heart. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my soul. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in every cell of my body. Oh, you're doing beautiful, beautiful work. Wow. One more time. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing. Let there be peace with pregnancy and birthing on earth, and let it start with me. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my mind. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my heart. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in my soul. Peace with pregnancy and birthing in every cell of my body. That is so beautiful. I want to cry. Oh my gosh. This is wrapping the planet in a blanket of pure peace and love and light. This is changing so much for so many people on the planet. We are all one. We are all connected. We are all love. We are all peace. And we are all joy. So now just each of you pop your arms around the planet and give her a hug. Pull it close into your chest. Gift and receive. Wow. I haven't done it quite like this before. That is beautiful. Mother Earth needs our love and our energy. She gives so much to each of us, everyone. Okay. So coming back now. I know we could stay out there for ages. It feels so good. I get that. So just coming back now. Just coming back to the surface of the planet. Back to your country. Back to see the balloons deflating as you come back to your city. Back to your suburb. Back to your house. Back to the room you're in, feeling your body on the chair now, clapping your hands, stomping the feet. You want to make sure that you're back in the room, having a drink of water if you have. Oh, so you've all enjoyed that, I can see. Thank you for all that smiley love. Wow, that felt really good. I haven't gone off 100, right, 120. That's what I got. I'm not done 20s. Usually I do 150 or 250. It was extraordinary. Thank you so much for all that love. So that was really beautifully guided. Now, Sue, I know you've made a comment about what the baby feels, and we'll do a little bit on that. I'll make a note for next week on that, and yeah, do a little bit more about the baby, because I know me as a midwife. The baby was like a non-entity almost. It was all about the mother. And I know it sounds strange, but that's sort of how I felt, that it was all about the mother, and there wasn't a lot of consideration given to what the baby actually went through in the birth process. But that's how it was back in the 80s, or from my perspective anyway. I am so grateful for each and every one of you being on the call and contributing. I'm so blessed and honoured to be doing this work with you, and for myself as well. Yeah, healing my experiences and healing all our experiences. And as I said, if there's something in particular you'd like me to cover over the next 2 weeks, then please PM me as many times as you like, and we'll, yeah, there's still so much more to cover, obviously. So blessings, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you want to share this with anyone, then please feel free to do that. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. Blessings. Bye-bye now. Bye.